friends, welcome back to part 2 of your reading lesson today. So far, you have learned about filling out a story map with characters, setting, and the problem of the story. I hope you enjoyed your brain break video. I thought it was pretty fun. And now you're ready to settle down and focus on part 2. Now, in part 2, you are going to be finishing up your story map with Miss Spears, talking about the response to the problem, Owl's response to the problem, and then the resolution, how the problem is solved. I have included a finished copy. You will be filling out your own story map. But if you need any assistance or it's also in the video. But I went ahead and I put a clipping of it here on this slide. Because now, after you finish the video with Miss Spears and finish filling out your story map, you're going to make a Flipgrid. And it says right here, click here to record a Flipgrid retelling the story, the guest. Make sure to include all the characters, the setting, problem, response to the problem, and the resolution. And then when you're done with that, you will need to move on to your fluency for day 2. Okay? All right, friends, I'm dark again. There we go. I hope you enjoyed your lesson today, and I'm going to hand it over to Miss Spears. I'll see you soon.
Okay, let's read some more pages. And on these pages, you will see more evidence of the problem. But you should also be listening for how Owl responds or reacts to the problem that winter is blowing cold snow all over his house. I want to remind you that you can use the story element icons that you see in the left-hand corner of the slide to signal when you hear evidence of the problem or a response to the problem. Listen as I read a few pages. The snow whirled up the stairs and whooshed down the hallway. "Winter," cried Owl, "you are my guest. This is no way to behave." But Winter did not listen. It made the window shades flap and shiver. It turned the pea soup into hard green ice. Winter went into all the rooms of Owl's house. Soon everything was covered with snow. "You must go, Winter," shouted Owl. "Go away right now." Did you hear more evidence that winter is causing a problem by blowing cold snow inside Owl's house? I bet you made the signal for problem when you heard that winter flapped the window shades and froze the pea soup. Now, how does Owl respond to the problem that winter creates? Say one more time. How does Owl respond to the problem that winter creates? Share with your learning partner or just share aloud. Did you say that Owl shouted at Winter and told him to go? That's right. When Winter caused a problem by blowing cold snow all over Owl's house, Owl responded by ordering him to leave. All right, now you need to record what you discovered on your story map so you can use it to retell the story. Remember, you can use words or pictures or both to add the response to the problem to your story map. Pause the video now to write or draw to identify how Owl responds to the problem. Okay, let's take a look at my story map. I see that the problem is that winter blows cold snow all over Owl's house. And Owl responds by shouting at Winter to leave. What's still missing from your story map? I bet you said it. the resolution. And now you are going to look for the resolution of the story. Remember, the resolution is how the problem gets solved at the end of the story. And there's an icon at the top left-hand corner of the slide. Do you see it? I'm sure you do. And what I'd like you to do is use the signal or the raised hand to show that you hear evidence of how the problem is solved. Listen as I read a few pages. The wind blew around and around. Then Winter rushed out and slammed the front door. "Goodbye," called Owl, "and do not come back." Owl made a new fire in the fireplace. The room became warm again. The snow melted away. The hard green ice turned back into soft pea soup. Owl sat down in his chair and quietly finished his supper. Now think. What is the resolution in this story? In other words, how did Owl's problem get solved? Think. Now share your idea with your learning partner or just share aloud. Okay, friends, now you are going to write or draw to show the resolution of this story. Are you ready? Pause the video now to write or draw the resolution. Okay, how does the story end? Did you write that the problem was resolved when Winter left and Owl went back to his dinner? I'm sure you did, because that is how the author wraps up or resolves the story at the end. Nice job completing the story map for the short story, The Guest. Now I am going to review the whole map before you have an opportunity to retell the story at the end of this lesson. Okay, as I review, you can pause the video and add to or change your own story maps if you need to. Let's take a look at the characters in the setting. Character is Owl, and the setting is Owl's house in winter. All right, the problem is that Winter blows cold snow all over Owl's house. And Owl responds to the problem by shouting at Winter to leave. And the resolution to the problem is that Winter leaves and Owl goes back to his dinner. Okay, friends, you are now going to record a retelling of the short story, The Guest. You are going to include character, setting, problem, response to the problem, and resolution. Remember, you can refer to your story map that you created for support as you retell the story. Are you ready? Pause the video now to record your retelling of The Guest. Did you record your retelling? I'm sure you did, and I really wish I could have heard them. Nice job identifying story elements and completing a story map. Next time, we'll continue with the text Owl at Home. But until then, be kind and do something great because you are capable of greatness.